Got a good topic for you guys, and this is joint health, specifically men in their 40s. In our 20s, we could get away with loading up the bar cold and still feel fine. Just jump in a workout. In your 40s, your joints don't bounce back the same. Obviously, miles, wear and tear from lifting. Some guys are sitting too much. Old injuries show up. Trust me, I work through a lot of them, and a lot of you guys do as well. If you don't prep yourself properly, the nagging pain and inflammation, or even injuries that keep you out of the gym, will still pop up. So the first thing I do, I address the central nervous system with a technique called RPR. Before touching any weight, I use wake-up drills to wake up the central nervous system to make sure that those muscles are communicating properly, working together. It takes a few minutes for those drills. I want to make sure that my glute, core, stabilizers, everything's responding, and it takes pressure off the joints, knees, and things of that nature, and spine. It allows my body to move properly. So that's one thing I do. Think of it as flipping the switch before you turn on the machine. If the wrong muscles are asleep, your joints take the hit, guys. So if you want more information about RPR, hit me up. Soft tissue activation. I use a Theragun, and I use it with the Chapman Reflex, or RPR. So I address areas where my connective tissue need more work. Think about quads, hips, the areas that typically tighten up on you. Want to increase that blood flow for better movement. I usually take it, probably 7 to 10 minutes with a percussion gun, Theragun. I'm just priming that tissue to be prepared for movement. So it just gets you ready. And the last thing I really concentrate on is keeping the joints warm. Cold joints are stiff joints. Warm joints move better, recover better, and less likely to flare up. So there's a lot of equipment out there. Neoprene elbow and knee wraps are things you can do. Compression, long pants, sweatshirts go a long way, guys. Long sleeves can make a huge difference. I use all those. It just depends, even in the summer. So that extra heat helps blood flow, helps prevent that, it helps keep that core temperature up, that connective tissue prepped and ready to go. So last thing I would talk about is just smart lifting. Where's the ego? It just depends on where you're at. You want to be, lifting smart and listen to your body. You want to push it, but obviously technique goes a long way. Prepping yourself goes a long way. So you can choose joint-friendly variations if needed. I had to do that yesterday, and I'll talk about that later. Modifying some squat patterns to make sure that my knees loaded properly, or the best way I can load it without causing more joint discomfort. So the goal is obviously to train smarter, continue to build, continue to protect, continue to keep that lean tissue in a format that protects you instead of wears you down. So those are some tips, guys. If you're struggling with this, because I know a lot of guys I start working with have some things pop up, hit me up. There's specific ways you can work around things. There's specific ways you can do to keep yourself in the game. So hopefully this helps. Again, if you need more specific coaching, never hesitate to reach out.